Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. Guys, what is gray, yellow, and green all over? We're going to tell you in this video. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you've not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening.
So Bob made so much money off of what we're going to show you that he threw away all of his combs and brushes.
Oh man, I'm just having fun. It's just been incredible week. We have bad macro and certain sectors are just going absolutely crazy, Phil. And so I guess the first chart I want to show is uranium. I've been a huge fan of uranium for a long time, and I think now we're in the final three innings of this move. And ironically, uranium is the first sector that tops out before we get a major sell-off. So in 2000, we had a run from 2002 to 2006 was like a 300% move, and now we have uranium moving again. And now we broke out. URA is the ETF that I track, but we just did a trade on CCJ. We're long URG. We're long Quad U, and obviously my biggest position is URA, and it made a new high. The colors you see here, guys, basically are a package. So the shading in the background, those are pivots. So we pivoting up, we pivoting down, and then the purple or magenta bar you see below there, or the gray bar you see above, that's our ranger that tells us buy the dip or sell the rips. And then that shaded area you see with black, and then it turns into a line, that's our worm. That's the trade force. So we use those to take our buy signals and also tell you when you either want to lighten up size if you're in a long-term position, or get out of the trade and jump on another one. 4 hours is my normal one I like to trade, but this works on all time frames. So URA is moving, uranium's moving. I think the final assault on probably uranium price highs are coming here in the next 3 to 6 months, and maybe even longer. And remember, uranium is recession resistant. So you're putting $5 billion into a nuclear power plant. You don't care if you're paying $100 million or $200 million for your uranium. You have to load it up to monetize and amortize that big capital project you did. And also, people need the energy now because they're not going to be able to import oil because their fiat's worth nothing. The next one I want to show you is the one that everybody's been waiting for. And that's silver. Silver is breaking out, fellas and ladies. This could be a big move. So, I'm long silver in the miners. So, Hekla's my biggest position, but pick your poison. And I think you're going to do well with the silver miners. SVM, we just made a call out, a trade that's breaking out. And there's just a number of other ones that are looking really good. So look at silver. Copper also is breaking out too. I didn't put a chart up for that, but we own FCX, and that thing has just been making monster moves, probably another $10 to $20 in that trade. And then the next one is, I'm going to throw it to Phil, but all I'll say to this is it's the Bitcoin trade. And what caught my attention here is that this is a bull flag on high time frames, and it's also just made a higher low and a higher high. And I think Bitcoin has a good chance to get up to that gray bar short term. I have a measured move on Bitcoin now to 76K. And then we know once it gets there, it's in clear air, and we could easily squeeze up 30 or 40K. So Phil, I'm going to throw it to you.
Yep, I think that the low of this consolidation is likely in. Could we, meander back down next week? It's possible. It's possible, but I think you have to start looking at this consolidation in terms of it's coming to an end. And if you zoom out on the chart, the measured move on things is pretty high. And again, I think we're in a wave 5 within a larger wave 5. So, and those are impulse type waves. So we can go pretty high. And also, if you look at the range of our last bear market, which basically takes you from 60, almost 70K down to 15,300 roughly. If you take that measured range, right, and you do a fib extension, a 1.618, that's going to take you up towards about 170,000. Now, the reason why you would do that is because every time we've had a bear market, the subsequent bull market afterwards goes up to the 618 extension of the bear market. So that measured move is up there around 170. We've done it every time around halving or after halving. I think this cycle is going to be different because I think we're going to peak out a lot earlier, and we're also going to have a bear market after the halving. That's my prediction, and that's something would be unusual and be a first time for Bitcoin. But the reason why I think that is because I think we're still very much tied to the macro picture, and if the markets are going to take a dive, then I think Bitcoin is still proving itself to be a risk on asset and will do the same. Now, that being said, I think it's going to be somewhat like gold, where it doesn't perform as badly, right? So the lows aren't going to be as bad as what we're going to see in equities if that recession plays out, and then we'll probably bottom before equities along with gold. So I think Bitcoin and gold are going to have a much better time if we get that recession that plays out in Q4 through 2025. So I think big move about to happen. I think it's also going to bring up the Bitcoin miners and also some of the more better performing alts that we've seen. And I think the memes are going to have one last hurrah here too. But don't get married to these trades, especially in the altcoins. When we start saying look for the exit in the coming months, definitely do that. And then it's not just crypto, it's going to be all risk on assets at that point. But I would be very excited because you can make a ton of money here, even though the economy is stalling, even though unemployment will be rising, even though jobless claims will be rising. Just know that we're going to have a departure from reality here for a little bit in all likelihood, but it's going to be a great opportunity if you can exit into maybe cash or start getting into that recession bond trade as we progress here into August.
Yeah, and guys, look, we're also in the Bitcoin proxies right now too. So we're in Misty, we're in Coney, we're in Bito or Bito, however you want to say it. And those are all ETFs that are sitting out there for you guys. And we trade those based on the worm. And I think the Bitcoin miners will likely to play catch up too. Guys, it's just like you have a car, they show you the miles per gallon there. When you're accelerating, it falls. And when they take off the gas pedal, what they're going to do at rates, looks like your gas mileage is doing great until your car stops moving. And I think that's a good analogy to the way the stock market is going to love the fact that the headwinds are ending until they realize that they're in the doldrums and then everything stops. So that's kind of how we view it. And we have a 2 to 3 month window here where we could potentially make a lot of money. Today was a great day. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because it's OPEX. A lot of people are caught goofy footed, but we get through the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think June's going to set up really nicely for everybody. So with that, Phil, I'll let you guys go. Tomorrow we'll be back to our normal bear selves, and we'll have a nice one for you so you can not get worried that we're too bullish.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Trade Genius.